We live in a world that glorifies speed, fast answers, instant results, immediate success. Yet the greatest transformations in life do not happen overnight. They happen in the quiet, hidden seasons of waiting. Waiting is not punishment. Waiting is preparation. Just like a seed buried beneath the soil, what feels like stillness on the surface is often the birthplace of growth, strength, and destiny. There is a part of us that hates waiting. We want the answer now, the opportunity now, the success now. We measure progress by speed, believing that the faster we move, the closer we are to our dreams. Yet life often works in the opposite way. It teaches us through delays, through pauses, through seasons where nothing seems to change. Waiting feels like weakness, but in reality it is strength in disguise. Think of a seed buried beneath the soil. For weeks, it looks like nothing is happening. To an impatient eye, it may seem forgotten, wasted, insignificant. But in truth, beneath the darkness, roots are forming. Strength is being built in silence. If the seed were forced out too soon, it would die, unable to survive the storms ahead. Just as the roots protect the tree, your waiting season is building the foundation you cannot see. It is not punishment, it is preparation. You are being rooted so that when your time comes, you will stand firm, unshaken, and strong enough to carry the weight of your destiny. Many people confuse waiting with failure. They think if it has not happened yet, it never will. They begin to doubt themselves. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I am forgotten. Maybe I am too late. But what if the opposite is true? What if the delay is proof that you are being prepared for something bigger than you imagined? Waiting is not wasted time, it is invested time. Every day in waiting shapes your character, your discipline, your resilience. Consider the caterpillar inside the cocoon. From the outside, it looks like nothing but stillness. But inside, a transformation is happening. The struggle of pushing against the cocoon is what gives the butterfly strength to fly. If you cut the cocoon open too soon, the butterfly would never survive. In the same way, your waiting is shaping you into someone who can rise, endure, and soar. What feels like delay is actually the hidden process of becoming. Waiting is not a passive state. It is not sitting back with folded arms, doing nothing. Waiting is active. It is what you do while you wait that determines who you become when the waiting ends. A farmer who plants a field does not abandon it simply because the harvest is not visible immediately. He waters it, protects it, nourishes it. He works while he waits. And so must we. Every day of waiting is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to strengthen skills, and to build habits that will sustain us when the opportunity finally comes. The truth is, growth cannot be fast-forwarded. Greatness cannot be microwaved. It requires time, pruning, stretching, and endurance. Life, in its wisdom, asks us to wait not to break us, but to build us. The dream is not the problem. Our readiness for the dream is. That is why the waiting season is so important. It ensures we are not only asking for the opportunity, but also ready to carry it. Look at the world around you. Nothing meaningful grows overnight. A tree does not appear in its fullness the day after it is planted. Before it can reach toward the sky, it must grow deep into the ground. Its roots must dig into the earth, unseen, unnoticed, uncelebrated. Yet those roots are the very thing that will keep it standing when the storm comes. If the roots are shallow, the tree will fall. But if the roots are deep, it will survive and thrive no matter how strong the winds blow. In the same way, your waiting season is your rooting season. The longer you wait, the deeper your roots of wisdom, patience, and resilience grow. And one day, when the time comes, you will rise stronger because of the foundation waiting built within you. Success that arrives too soon can destroy, but success that arrives on time will sustain. That is why your pause is not wasted. It is your preparation. There are countless stories of people who achieved success too soon and could not handle it. They had the stage, but not the strength. They had the spotlight, but not the stability. They had the recognition, but not the resilience. What was meant to be a blessing became a burden. That is why life often delays what we desire. It is not rejection, it is protection. It is not denial, it is alignment. The waiting ensures that when your opportunity finally arrives, You will not crumble under its weight. You will be steady, seasoned, and ready. But this only happens if you embrace waiting as a gift instead of cursing it as a burden. The pause is shaping you for endurance, for wisdom, for gratitude. The very thing you call a setback may actually be the stage being set for your breakthrough. Waiting is not wasted. It is the invisible training ground of your destiny. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves during seasons of waiting. It is so easy to look at others, friends, colleagues, even strangers, and wonder why their lives seem to be moving faster than yours. They are reaching milestones, achieving dreams, and living the life you are still waiting for. And in that comparison, you feel left behind, forgotten, or unworthy. But comparison poisons the process. Every story has its own timeline. Every journey has its own pace. Just because someone else is in their season of harvest does not mean you are failing in your season of planting. A farmer does not panic because one field ripens before another. He knows every crop has its own timing. Your season is coming. And when it arrives, nothing and no one will be able to stop what is meant for you. So instead of asking, why not me? Why not now? Ask yourself, what am I becoming while I wait? The waiting season is also a testing season. It reveals who you are when no one is watching. Can you stay disciplined when there is no applause? Can you remain faithful in small things when the big dream has not yet arrived? Can you keep believing even when the evidence says otherwise? Waiting tests your patience, your character, and your endurance. And if you pass the test, you prove to life that you are ready for more. Think of a student in school. Before they graduate, they must sit for exams. The exams are not punishment, they are preparation, ensuring the student has the knowledge and strength for the next level. In the same way, waiting is not there to break you, but to test and refine you. If you can endure the silence, if you can keep moving forward, even when nothing seems to change, then you are showing that you are ready to handle the weight of greater blessings. Delays are not always denials. Too often, when something does not happen on our schedule, we interpret it as rejection. We assume it is not meant for us, or that we have been overlooked. But what if the delay is not rejection, but redirection? What if the very obstacles you see as rejection are actually steering you towards something better? Every closed door carries a purpose. Every pause has meaning. Imagine a traveler who insists on taking the shortest path, ignoring signs and warnings. It may be faster, but it leads to a cliff. Another traveler chooses a longer route, filled with twists and turns, wondering why it must take so long. Yet when they arrive safely, they see the journey was worth it. Life works the same way. The delays you resent may actually be the very things saving you from disaster. What feels like wasted time may be preserved time, protecting you from roads that were never meant for you. Delays are also about alignment. Sometimes the opportunity is ready, but you are not. Other times, you may be ready, but the opportunity is not. Waiting ensures that both arrive at the station at the same time. Think about a train. It does not depart when one passenger wishes, but when the schedule is aligned. Arrive too early and you wait. Arrive too late and you miss it. But arrive at the right time and everything falls into place. Life works the same way. The waiting aligns your readiness with your opportunity. And when that moment comes, it collapses years into seconds. What felt like endless delay suddenly shrinks into a blink because the timing was perfect. That is why you cannot quit in the waiting. Too many people give up just before their moment arrives, not realizing that the silence is often the final test before the breakthrough. Hold on. The alignment is closer than you think. Think about the process of baking bread. If you rush it, refusing to let the dough rise, the bread comes out flat, heavy, incomplete. The process cannot be cheated. Rising takes time. In the same way, your life needs the rising. Your skills, your wisdom, your strength, they all need time to rise before the dream can manifest. Impatience tempts you to force results before the time is right, but forced outcomes rarely last. True fulfillment comes when you allow the process to shape you fully. Imagine if every great story you admire skipped the waiting seasons. The victories would not feel as meaningful. the lessons would not have been learned, and the strength would not have been built. Your waiting is not in vain. It is the unseen preparation that ensures you do not arrive half-formed. The delay is not punishment. It is the rise before the breakthrough, the silent work before the triumph. Sometimes waiting feels unbearable. You pray, you work, you stay consistent, yet the door remains closed. You knock, but there is no answer. You reach, but your hands come back empty. The human mind interprets this as rejection. We start to believe that if something hasn't happened by now, maybe it never will. But waiting is not life's way of denying you. It may be life's way of guiding you. Often the things we beg for in one season are the very things we are grateful we did not receive in another. The relationship that ended, the job that slipped away, the opportunity that vanished, these may have been detours protecting you from settling for less. Sometimes delay is life saying, not this, not here, not yet. Trust that redirection is not rejection. It is the wisdom of life steering you toward where you truly belong, even if you cannot see it yet. Think about how often we believe we know exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. But in truth, our perspective is limited. See only a small piece of the picture, while life sees the whole canvas. That is why unanswered prayers are not failures. They are often protection. Many people can look back at a time when they cried for something they thought was perfect, only to later realize that receiving it would have been a mistake. With time, they see the delay was not a curse, but a blessing in disguise. Waiting humbles us. It reminds us we are not in control of everything, and that humility is not weakness, it is strength, because it builds endurance, gratitude, and trust. The pause is not empty, it is a shield, a teacher, and a guide. When you embrace it, you stop seeing delays as wasted time and start seeing them as wisdom. Life has a strange way of collapsing years into moments. Ask anyone who has pursued a dream for a long time, and they will tell you, the waiting feels endless while you are in it. Every day feels heavy. Every night feels long. Yet when the breakthrough finally comes, it makes the years of struggle feel like a blink. A mother carrying a child endures months of discomfort, pain, and sleepless nights. Yet the moment she holds that child, the pain shrinks in comparison to the joy. The same is true for an athlete who trains for years for a race that lasts only seconds. In the moment of victory, the struggle no longer feels like suffering. It feels like preparation. Waiting seasons are heavy, but they compress into a single heartbeat of triumph when the time is right. And when that moment comes, you will not regret the waiting, you will treasure it. The truth is, blessings come with weight. Every opportunity has responsibility. Every dream demands endurance. If what you desire arrives too soon, it can crush you instead of build you. That is why life trains you in waiting. It is building the muscles of patience, perseverance, and character so that when the blessing arrives, you can carry it without crumbling. Imagine a climber ascending a mountain. Step after step, their body aches, the air thins, the path grows steeper. At times, they want to quit. But when they finally reach the summit and see the breathtaking view, the struggle transforms into triumph. The pain becomes a badge of honor. What once felt endless now feels like a blink. This is how waiting shapes you. It sharpens the sweetness of success, ensuring that when you finally rise, you will not just hold the dream, you will cherish it. In the middle of waiting, despair whispers lies. It tells you nothing is changing, that your effort is wasted, that your moment will never come. But those lies are only shadows trying to cover the truth. What if the struggle you are facing right now is the last test before your breakthrough? What if the heaviness you feel is not a sign of failure, but proof that the finish line is closer than you think? Too many people give up just one step away from their moment of victory. They let despair win when hope was about to be fulfilled. Do not make that mistake. Hold on. Keep moving. Keep believing. Because when the time is right, all the pain will shrink into a blink, and you will realize it was worth every step. The waiting did not take from you. It gave to you. It built the strength, wisdom, and resilience you will need to carry the dream. One of the greatest gifts of waiting is perspective. When something comes easily or instantly, we tend to take it for granted. But when you have waited, struggled, and sacrificed for a dream, you value it differently. You protect it, you honor it, you cherish it not just for what it is, but for what it cost you. The waiting seasons teach gratitude. They transform ordinary achievements into extraordinary blessings because of the effort and patience it required to receive them. Think about a student who spends years studying late into the night while friends are carefree. When graduation day finally comes, that diploma is not just paper. It is a symbol of resilience, endurance, and perseverance. In the same way, what you are waiting for will carry a deeper meaning because of the sacrifices behind it. Waiting turns blessings into treasures. The danger in waiting is losing focus. When nothing seems to change, frustration grows. You start to ask, why keep trying if nothing is working? But this is the trap. Waiting is not a call to give up. It is a call to build quietly. If the door has not opened yet, prepare as though it already has. If the opportunity has not arrived, sharpen your skills so you are ready when it does. If the dream feels far, live today as though you are already becoming the person capable of carrying it. Waiting is your training ground. Athletes do not prepare only on the day of the competition. They train in the unseen hours when no one is watching. That hidden work is what carries them to victory. In the same way, the discipline and effort you invest in the silence of waiting will one day speak louder than any words when your moment arrives. Waiting also reveals what truly matters. When instant gratification is removed, you are forced to ask, do I want this badly enough to endure the process? Or do I only want it if it comes easily? The answer separates those who give up from those who rise. Anything worth having requires perseverance. The strongest relationships, the greatest achievements, the deepest growth, all are born in seasons of endurance. Quick victories may excite you, but they rarely sustain you. The things that last are the things you fought for. When the dream takes longer than you expected, it is not because you are forgotten. It is because the process is making sure you value it enough to keep it once you have it. Waiting filters out the shallow desires and strengthens the ones worth holding on to. Every delay carries hidden wisdom. At the time, you may not understand it, but looking back, clarity will come. You will see that if one door had opened earlier, you would not have been ready. If one relationship had continued, you would have missed the one meant for you. If one opportunity had arrived too soon, it could have crushed you instead of lifted you. Life has a way of protecting you through pauses. Waiting strips away illusion and entitlement. It reminds you that destiny is not forced, it is prepared for. And in that preparation, you are made stronger. So instead of cursing the silence, embrace it. Instead of despising the delay, see it as guidance. You may not yet understand why you are waiting, but one day you will look back and realize it could not have happened any other way. The delay was never against you. It was always for you. Patience is not weakness. It is strength under control. To wait without losing faith, to endure without giving up, to trust without seeing. That requires more courage than rushing into quick wins. Waiting builds this kind of strength. It teaches you endurance, trust, and resilience. It reminds you that timing is not always yours to dictate. Sometimes you must surrender and believe that what is meant for you will not pass you by. That is not passivity, it is trust. And trust is the anchor that keeps you steady when the storms of doubt try to push you off course. The pause in your life is not empty space. It is a season where strength, wisdom, and gratitude are quietly being planted. And when the time is right, those seeds will rise into something greater than you imagined. The wait is not wasted. It is essential. There comes a moment in every person's journey when the waiting feels unbearable. The nights stretch longer than the days, the silence feels heavier than the noise, and the dream that once set your heart on fire begins to feel like a distant illusion. You question yourself, is this worth it? Have I wasted my time? Should I just quit? These doubts are natural, but they are not the truth. The truth is that the struggle is proof of the process. You are not failing, you are being stretched. And stretching is never comfortable, but it is necessary. Just as a bow must be pulled back before it can launch an arrow forward, your life may feel pulled back right now. But this pull is not to hold you down, it is to prepare you for the release. When the moment comes, the tension will transform into power and you will soar further than you imagined. Waiting seasons also teach trust. When you cannot control the timing, when you cannot force the outcome, you learn to surrender. You learn that what is meant for you cannot be stolen, delayed forever, or taken away. Trust is built when you release control and still believe the process is working in your favor. Think of all the times in your past when something did not go according to plan. Maybe you were devastated then, but later you realized it was a hidden blessing. Life has always been guiding you, even when you did not understand it. The same is true now. Delays are not detours away from your destiny. They are detours toward the right destiny. They are aligning you with what will truly serve you. Trust this. The pause is not abandonment. It is redirection wrapped in wisdom. When the breakthrough finally arrives, something powerful happens. The years of struggle, the nights of doubt, the seasons of silence, they collapse into a blink. The joy of fulfillment overshadows every ounce of pain. You will look back at the delays, the obstacles, the disappointments, and instead of bitterness, you will feel gratitude. Because without them, you would not have become who you are. Without the waiting, you would not have built the resilience to stand. Without the struggle, you would not value the victory as deeply as you will. Life has a way of transforming struggle into strength, pain into perspective, and delay into destiny. And when that moment comes, the gratitude you feel will prove that the waiting was never wasted. It was always working for you. Imagine yourself climbing a mountain. Step after step, your legs ache, your breath shortens, and your body begs you to quit. The climb feels endless. But then, finally, you reach the summit. You look out at the breathtaking view, and suddenly the pain is lighter, the exhaustion fades, and the struggle feels small compared to the beauty before your eyes. That is how life works. The waiting is the climb. It tests your endurance, your patience, and your strength. But when you finally reach the summit of your breakthrough, the view will be worth every step. The burden will shrink into a memory, and the joy will outshine the struggle. What once felt like an endless climb will feel like a blink. And in that moment, you will not regret a single step. You will be grateful for them all. The truth is simple: waiting is never wasted. It is the training ground of your destiny, the hidden place where your roots grow deep, your character strengthens, and your wisdom matures. What feels like a pause is actually preparation. What feels like delay is actually alignment. And when the time is right, you will rise stronger, steadier, and more grateful than you ever imagined. The waiting will no longer feel like punishment. It will feel like the very thing that made the breakthrough so sweet. So if you are in a season of waiting right now, hold on. Do not despise it. Do not rush it. Embrace it, because one day you will look back and realize it was all worth it. The waiting was not stealing time from you. It was giving you everything you needed for the moment you were meant to shine. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video and visit our channel for more inspiring stories that will strengthen your faith, fuel your dreams, and remind you that every delay has a purpose.